Greetings, everyone. I am going to use this time to big up all my new subscribers. There are so many of you that have found the channel because I shared my story. And your trauma, you know, brought you to me or me to you. And we're here for healing. We're not to stay in pain and gravel. I'm going to explain in this video why I share my stories, my personal stories, and understand that some of the stories that I share are dated 20, 30 years back. But I share those stories because after you've had terrible experiences in your life and you have overcome them, your duty to yourself and to others is to free yourself of all this negative energy that could have been attached to you. So many of us are hurt by friends and family, by strangers. It doesn't really matter where you got hurt. Hurt is hurt. And so when you share the story, it helps you to heal and it helps you to grow. Now, many of us, including myself, have had illness within our body because we kept that stuff. I hold my life sacred, and there are certain things that I share only with close friends. But when I share my stuff publicly, knowing that some of the ones who have offended me and I speak of what they've done will be offended, I care zero. I'm not here to protect anybody's feeling. I'm not here to hide these painful memories and these experiences. And so they become sickness in my body. I'm freeing myself. And so those of you who have come and shared your story privately, I try to keep it private without mentioning your names. Sometimes you ask me to, share the story so you can sort of gauge what other folks have to say. Unfortunately, on my channel, sometimes there's not a lot of feedback, or, folks don't really say that much sometimes. It is what it is. I share my opinion with you. It's out there. Sometimes a video is posted and a year before it starts getting traction. I'm a very patient person, people. Very patient person. And so I don't care if my video gets 1 view now, because I got videos that are on circulation right now that was posted 5 years ago. And all of a sudden someone finds it. I'm saying here that when I do share these stories, they're here for healing purpose. I'm not keeping anybody's dirty secret. People who have done things to hurt me, I'm not keeping their secret, trying to protect them. Because oftentimes the persons who are victimized are often the ones who are made to feel ashamed. And the ones who did it, whichever way they have, hurt other folks, people stay quiet and suffer alone. I don't want to suffer alone. Now, if you are ashamed of something that someone did to you, then the problem is not theirs anymore. It becomes yours. You've got to free yourself. And some people will not do it publicly. I get that. But if you can find someone to share your story with, share it with them. Now, I know there's a matter of trust when it comes to people, because some people act like they care and they don't really care. But you have judgment. You can use your, intuition and know who you can trust with your story. Again, I say, don't let anyone guilt you or shame you into doing anything that you're not comfortable in doing, or to take on any sort of responsibility that you don't want to take on. We cannot live our lives for other people. Live your own life. There's a young girl, at 20 years old, she married to a man who was 46. Everybody felt it was their business to tell her that she shouldn't be doing this and he's not good for her or she's not good for him. And they got married and they are married for 30 years now. I have been in situations where folks didn't think that my choice was right, and this is 14 years later. Don't live your life for other people. Don't let other persons tell you what to do. Your life is given to you, not for other persons to determine or direct your steps. We keep on putting it out there, telling people how they're supposed to believe, how they're supposed to, behave, what they're supposed to do, when and how and why they should do whatever. And oftentimes the ones who want to tell you how to live your own life are the ones whose life is in pure chaos. So you feel how you feel. And you don't have to be concerned about anyone telling you how you're supposed to feel. I think that is one of the biggest insults to me, when someone tells me that I'm not supposed to feel this way or get over it now. I get over it when it's my time to get over it. And you will do the same. So sometimes the healing is fast for some people, and then for others it takes a long time. And sometimes healing means to make that decision to never turn back, to just move forward. I was raised by my aunt and her husband, which is my father's biological sister. And my father was in the picture all that time. Mother was someone that was out of the picture. And when I go back to memory, the experiences I had with that lady, I'm so glad she gave me away. So there's this kind of, dichotomy where on one hand I'm like, wow, this mother gave her kid away, but at the other hand I know that that was a good thing, that it was God's will for my life that I be raised by these other people. But over the years, I go back. I always try to rekindle, until the last time I tried to do this one woman wanted me to die. She gave me instruction to come to a place that is very dangerous, where people who actually live there said, I wouldn't even go there. I would not go there unless I know someone. And yet she tried to lure me, and then had the audacity to actually repeat that she wanted me to come there, and what she wanted to happen to me and my husband when I get there. What she expected to do to me, a person she does not know, all because I called her out. And I didn't call her out. I personally believe that when you have your parents, no matter what happens, you never disrespect them. So out of these lips, in spite of what father or mother might have done to me that I felt was cruel, I have never opened my mouth and disrespected them. I think the only obligation you owe to your parents is to maintain respect. And if you cannot respect them, you stay far away from them. So if you find yourself so angry that you're going to swear at them, you're going to call them names and things like that, you just don't have a relationship with them. That, to me, is what a child should do to remain respectful of their parents. Just stay away from them if you're going to have to disrespect them. Other than that, some people are very toxic. And no matter how much you try to work things out with them, you're going to get back to the same place. Sometimes even you as a parent might have a child that you don't get along with. You might have children that you don't get along with, even if you're a great parent. And if these kids choose to stay away from you because they realize that you're not getting along, just let them be. Just continue to pray for them in their absence. So what I want to say to those of you who have come here and have shared your story, I honor your memory and your experience. I honor you. I will never tell you what you're supposed to do, except if I think you're hurting and I think resolution is necessary for you to at least have a face-to-face with that person who's hurt you, whether it be parents or ex or whatever. If you feel that when you speak to them, you will get closure, then I would say, okay, do that. But if you feel that they're so cruel and you need to walk away and move away from them, I say blessings to you. The only other advice I have for you is, once you have let them go, in the telling of your story and the sharing of your story, make sure that you don't stay stuck in that place. You have to move on. Otherwise, whatever they've done to you in the past, even when they're no longer in your life and you've cut them off, you continue to carry them around like an albatross. You need to let them go. Either you repair the damage that is done, and if it cannot be repaired, you let it go and free yourself. And that's why I always bring in the term or the expression forgiveness. And forgiveness looks like different things to different people. Some people think forgiveness means that you go back into the lion's den. People feel like forgiveness, you let it go and you move on. You don't have any bad feelings towards these ones. You just don't want to walk back into that trap. So I share my story because it helps me and it helps others who have the similar experience. Stop telling people how they're supposed to be, how they're supposed to feel, how they're supposed to act. It's not right. Stay blessed, everybody.